What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics. And today we got a reaction to Foo Fighters, their song Good Grief, brought to us by a friend and supporter and Patreon of the channel, Darnell. Thank you, Darnell. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the patrons that make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out that Patreon link below or the patron link on the end screen. We could not do it without the patrons. One-time donation, one-time reaction. Check out our Buy Me a Coffee page. Darnell's done that a few times. Super appreciated. Linked below. All right, guys, know the Foo Fighters very well. I've listened to this album. This comes off their debut album, self-titled, 1995. But I don't remember this song. I mean, I haven't listened to the album on repeat, but I have high acclaim for the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl in particular. I think they kept rock music going through a lot of this century, being kind of the forerunners of it. As far as popularity, I'm not saying they're the best. I'm not saying they put out the most material. I'm just saying, like, some of the most well-known to keep rock music alive, which it needs to be kept alive. Pop music tried to kill it, tried to murder it, can't let it happen. So I don't, like I said, I don't know this song, but Darnell, the patron who brought this, said this very important song to him, right? He said, I can't tell you how many times I drove listening to it. First minute and a half of the song is my favorite rock song ever. So, you know, he was talking to me about how, I'm sure all of us have it. Like, there's a portion of a song that we just love to death. We wish the whole song sounded that way, but you know, that's quite a that's quite. I could tell Darnell knows a lot of music. That's quite a thing to say. The first minute and a half of this song is my favorite rock song ever. As he talked about, Dave played all the instruments on this first record, so that's also quite impressive. And it was also written and demoed back in 1993 when he was still with Nirvana. There's a few songs floating out there that, I mean, he re-recorded it for this. But so all that said, I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, Darnell. I didn't remember this song. I've heard this song. This album's really good. Like if you haven't listened to this debut album of Foo, it's very good. But part of it's because of what I told you, right? He demoed some songs. So a lot of times your first album of your own stuff is really good because you've had time to work on it. Now, if you're looking at the lyrics like I do on Genius.com, who has the best, most accurate lyrics usually, you can go in and notate. Just you can go in and notate what you think these lyrics are about. And that shows up. And somebody's went in here and broke down many of these lines, saying, about his loss, Kurt's loss, Kurt Cobain and the Nirvana connection, and how Dave's upset about it, and this is where it ties to this and that. However, the problem with that is simply what I told you at the beginning, and I know you were paying attention, that he first demoed this in 1993 when Kurt was very much alive and Dave was still in Nirvana. So it's not about Kurt. Now, I'm not saying he didn't rewrite some lines or didn't say different meaning for him, but sometimes we take events and then we take a song that somebody wrote and we try to shoehorn those events into that song. We must be talking about this, this, and this. And sometimes they are, but a lot of times they're not at all. It's just a song. What this song is about, some things are not going Dave's way. So, we've all been there in life for sure. And music is a way that helps me when those things are going on. So I would recommend you go check this whole album out. Like I said, very well done. Check out their stuff all the way along. They're very consistent, very consistent. So thank you to Darnell for bringing me this one. Let me know what you think of this one down below. And until next time, guys, I will see you.